Let's check if we are live. There's always a lag for a few minutes, a few seconds rather. There's about a 10-second lag. So I'm just checking if the LinkedIn Live is showing it live. There you go. I've got it live. So welcome to Let's Talk Marketing, episode 2. Delighted to be here. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my network between Australia and the Middle East, including India. Hope all of you all are safe and well. This on Let's Talk Marketing highlights 5 key benefits that came out of a research finding towards the end of last year. And it's important because I sort of found a little bit of insight as to the research. The 5 key top findings of the research highlight 4 very important in business: marketing, community, differentiator, and profitability. These in a business, through its operations, through its processes and its structure, leads to generating 5 advantages or benefits. But those 5 are a bit different now. And this research, do keep in mind, was carried out last year, and the findings came out at the end of last year, where we were at the back end of the pandemic, various stages of lockdowns, and life as a whole was very different. So a lot of that has come out in this feedback. And so let's get into that straight away. Just to let you know, this is a research that was done by Content Marketing Institute and marketing professionals and published by LinkedIn Marketing Solutions. So I've actually shared the link to the main article on my LinkedIn post. It's both on LinkedIn as well as in YouTube, and y'all can read the entire article over there. Or, of course, I'm just showcasing the 5 benefits for your own advantage. So here we go. Let's start at the top. The first one: successful marketeers focus on nurturing leads and relationships. So this was right at the top of the list in terms of findings. What came out was that marketing, this is the word that I took out, they're focusing more, instead of communicating a key product message, it's all about how do I create leads and how do I build that relationship. So as I mentioned, the keyword here in this finding is nurture, having social conversations and giving helpful information, which means the use of social media is becoming more of a two-way. It's not a one-way giving on the message, but it's actually trying to listen, using tools to understand what is it that the customer group, the community as a whole, is communicating. What is their needs? What are their wants? What resonates with their values? And being able to serve that. That's the social conversation that nurtures the relationships and brings on the leads. So being selective and thoughtful as to who you want to reach out and then investing on them is key. So, when you want to focus on building relationship, you've got to have a really clear picture of a profile, a clear profile of who your ideal customer is. That's very important so that you don't waste money. You don't go behind a group of people that engages but does not buy. On the other hand, you need to be with a group of people that engages, interacts, and buys. So that's where the investment factor comes in. And relationship building is actually the investment. Like any and every relationship, it's not going to happen overnight. So you've got to invest in what they need, understanding the community's values that are important to them, bringing information, bringing content that matters from the brand's perspective. And just aside here, I'll go back to my old crutch, if I may use the word, of saying you might want to consider using cause marketing because it works brilliantly in building relationships. So that's the finding number 1. Finding number 2, which we are all aware of, quite tired to some extent. I think we've got Zoom fatigue creeping up on us. But this is number 2. Live streaming and virtual events are really rising. So even as we see countries coming out of the lockdowns, life coming back to the way it was, There is, as you're all aware, a lot of debate happening about the efficacy of work from home, and that sort of seems to have laid to rest the remote working bit. It's now a matter of when, not how, but it's when will it be fully enforced. So we are seeing a lot more of the 2 days in office, 3 days at home kind of a working lifestyle coming out is going to have an impact on virtual events, coupled with the fact that a lot of events had moved, totally moved online. A lot of the sales processes had moved online. So live streaming and virtual events are going to be the way forward. It's going to be here. Now, specifically for B2B businesses, this is where you have a fantastic opportunity to unleash creativity. Here I am using LinkedIn Live. It's a great way for a company to communicate information, to grow a community, create LinkedIn events. So it's worth investing in the live streaming and in virtual events and using these tools to nurture your community. Let's look at number 3. Sorry, I'm doing the controls of my banners and all together. So you've got to give me while I look away. It's not anything else. Finding number 3, online community building presents a ripe opportunity. So following from live streaming and virtual events, it's only but natural that you're going to have an online community. But here, before I get into the finding, I want to point out something. Online community does not only mean social media channels. See, the social media channels are a communication channel. It's a give and take. It's where you listen and you serve in through content. Nurturing the online community actually happens, I'll use the word offline, via other apps, through website forums and places where you have to make it important and interesting enough for the community to form around a core issue, a core cause, a core interest or something. So that's where online community building occurs, and it presents a ripe opportunity. When you invest in relationship making and you grow the community out, you're going to get 80% of your sales coming in from that community and its referrals. So I'll give you a quick example over here. You'll see the ticker tape at the bottom of my screen at your end showing join the Let's Talk Marketing community on Telegram. That's my intent, developing a community that wants marketing advisory and strategic marketing work together. So if they come together in a community that I'm trying to now grow on Telegram, the community will exchange ideas and thoughts about marketing, about processes, about marketing technology, and become a sort of an ecosystem that operates within each other. That's my ideal state with the community planning that I have under this program. But that's how far you all can go. As a B2B organization, do this. I've done this extremely well now with my collaborative venture Clarity Talks. I had done it last year with a venture called 3-Minute Marketing. So I've got 3 communities, pods, centers operating, not pods. Pods are misunderstood on LinkedIn and everywhere else. They're not to just highlight visibility of content, but they're actually a community that interacts and engages and works with each other in terms of skills, resources, services. They refer, they use each other, and they grow. So focus on building a community, give and take through social media, but move the community somewhere onto your website or onto a channel like Telegram. Even WhatsApp is good, but preferably a non-WhatsApp would catch on even better. And there are lots of other apps and formats that can be done. If you need some help on that, drop me a line on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to share some thoughts on that. And then we move on to number 4, which is, this goes without saying. So if you're in B2B, LinkedIn remains the most used social media platform for both organic and paid marketing activities. So in 2020, all social media platforms edged ahead in terms of organic content, especially over when you compare it over emails and blogs and stuff like that. So it was social all the way. We were spending, and now research has shown we are spending 7 hours on an average from a B2B aspect. Again, I must clarify, the data is from the B2B aspect. Decision makers are spending an average of 7, which is double of what it used to be on social, online. And being on LinkedIn makes absolute sense. That's the business and the professional platform. So LinkedIn was used most for paid content distribution. And that's understandable because people believe and see decision makers are on it, using it. And while us content creators and consultants are on LinkedIn, being on LinkedIn from a B2B perspective for marketing makes absolute sense, both from organic content and paid ad content. And a blend of the two is absolutely a killer strategy for marketing products and services forward. So that's finding number 4. Let's come to the last one, which is number 5. Content marketing is showing resilience. Now, you see, till the pandemic hit us, content marketing had to work on creating engagement via entertainment or interest. And then last year, the pandemic hit us, and that affected the flip side of content marketing. A lot of the jobs, copywriting and content development and graphic development jobs were affected. Pandemic has now affected economically across board. However, from the last quarter, I would say, of last year, and even till now, one is noticing across industries, people working in the content marketing function are making a comeback. There is a definite jump, and the resilience shown is into work. And that's only but natural because social is important. Communicating on social as organic content is important. In my work, I can't do with copywriters and content marketers because I fuse personal branding and employee advocacy into marketing strategy. So a lot of it is on content. So those are the top 5 key points that has come through. I'm going to go back and shoot over to the comments, to see what has come around in terms of comments. If there's anything, please pop it in there at the moment, and I'm happy to take it up right now in the comment section. So just give me a moment here as I look through and say thank you. Neeraj from India, thank you, brother. Ali from Iran, lovely to have you on. Ida from Seremban, thank you. Izini, I hope I've got your name right, from Nigeria. Great to see you on the live. Nandan from India, and Tausif, brother, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. It's not a topic that very many is going to jump on. It's not a common everyday topic. It's for businesses and professionals. I appreciate it. Don't see any questions. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Feel free to shoot me your questions and comments on either YouTube or on LinkedIn. I'd love a little bit of love on YouTube as I'm trying to grow it. No worries. When you can, if you can subscribe. And I hope you liked it. Let me know in LinkedIn comments and the comments over here, specific topics from B aspect that you'd like me to cover. I'm happy to pick those up and come back on Let's Talk Marketing to discuss those. And Alia just jumped in. Thank you. Allah just jumped in, sorry. And I see Malar over there. Nahid, thank you so much. Appreciate the support. And that's it. So if there's no questions, I'm going to wrap live and make it within the 15 minutes that I had originally planned it for. I'm well within time, just counting it down. Any comments, shoot it. Otherwise, I'll see you next Monday, same place, same time. Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.